October that the Bayelsa State governor announced his resignation from the PDP. To be precise, Wednesday, October 15. If you calculate from that time to now, it's about 16 days past since he announced his resignation from the PDP alongside most members of the Bayelsa State House of Assembly, except for his deputy governor, who was also not present during that announcement, and there was a good reason given for that. It was just some sort of coincidence that at the time the governor was to make the announcement, the deputy governor had other official business to attend to, and so he wasn't there. Anyways, in all of that time, many have been asking, when will the governor announce which political party he is going to join? I've got a few things to tell us about that. Now, confirmed reports I have was that the governor of Bayelsa State already has his APC membership card, but chose not to make any announcement at the time. And on confirmed authority, I've also been told that the governor of Bayelsa State would be joining or be welcomed into the APC officially on Monday in Bayelsa State. Now, that's what I'm being told from reliable sources in Bayelsa State government. Let's wait and see what's going to happen. But what we know is that on Monday, the Bayelsa State governor officially will be welcomed into the APC fold in Bayelsa State, alongside every other member of the assembly and those within the governor's cabinet who also resigned from the PDP. All of them will be welcomed to the APC on Monday next week. That said, why are we having this conversation? It is because the deputy governor did not join this resignation and their concerns. Yes, the concerns many have is when you look at how Nigerian politics operate. Reliably, I've also been told that the governor is not bothered about whether his deputy decides to follow him or not, and he doesn't intend to force his deputy to also resign from the PDP and join the APC. However, we know that the governor, even while he was in the PDP, has had members of the APC in his cabinet. So he has been friendly with opposition political party. And now that the APC would become the ruling party in Bayelsa State, is also going to be open and liberal to opposition political parties, and that would mean the PDP, even with his deputy governor who still is in the PDP. However, there were concerns and some rumors spreading that members of the House could want to impeach the deputy governor. How would that work? History has shown us that doesn't really work. In Rivers State, for instance, when former Governor Rotimi Amechi left the PDP to the APC, his deputy remained in the PDP and they finished the term. When Obasanjo was president and then Atiku Abubakar left the PDP, he still remained as vice. Even though Obasanjo wanted him to resign, he went to court and the court said you can't get him to resign. So there are many other cases that you would have. I think there's one other case in the north, I can't remember, but it was when Goodluck was president. So these situations have been there. However, the deputy governor of Bayelsa State had gone to court, and a federal high court in Abuja has ordered that the Bayelsa State House of Assembly and others should halt any move to impeach the deputy governor of the state, Lawrence Erujakpo, until determination of the motion or notice filed on the matter. They are supposed to all appear in court, I think sometime Wednesday next week. I don't know if I'm getting the date correctly. But the judge gave this order on October 27 when he was ruling on the motion. The case number and all of that thing is online. I think it's no longer news, you all know. But the big question is, if, according to my sources that are quite very reliable, are saying the governor is not worried about it, and assembly members had not made any move to impeach the deputy governor, why then did the deputy governor go to court? Because the deputy governor has gone to court, and in his suit he did not mention the governor. The governor was not mentioned in the matter. The governor was not mentioned. It had a lot to do with the lawmakers. But then the report is that the lawmakers don't really have that in mind, and the governor would also not support that. He's very okay with his deputy being in the PDP while he's in the APC, as long as they have one common goal, which is to ensure the development of Bayelsa State and Bayelsa people. And besides, you know that the governor of Bayelsa State has always been very vocal about peace and political stability in Bayelsa State. And many would assume that if he takes this route and says, oh, his deputy must come and join, it's only going to end up resulting in some chaos politically, which is not good for Bayelsa State, because you know how it gets. Yenegua is not that big, and you know how it gets when it happens with regards to politics in Bayelsa. It affects everything, because that's the mainstay of the economy of Bayelsa State. It is government. But that is where we are now. So a few questions that we need to then ask ourselves. This relationship, is it going to work smoothly regardless of the political party differences? And does it by chance in any way, is it going to affect the workings of government to try and implement growth? Does this mean that now the deputy governor might not be privy to certain information that he used to get before? The closeness he has with the governor would have to reduce because they won't let him into certain meetings anymore now that he's in the PDP. How is this going to play out? It's a big question. It's a very big question, and we need to talk about it. There's also the worry that could we see the deputy governor at some point eventually also resigning from the PDP as a result of maybe pressure and political calculation? He might politically begin to do some calculation and see that, okay, for many, if you ask me, this is my opinion, unpopular opinion, you might not like it, but the move of the deputy governor could also be coming from a place of fear and understanding how the politics of Nigeria works. Since I did not join, there might be some people that the governor might not want that, but there might be some people that are seeking power to impress, and they might decide to want to do this. So let me make the first move and go to court and just at least secure this side. That's also possible. However, would we also 100% believe what the lawmakers are saying about they are not really concerned about it, they don't care? That's also another thing. If there's anything we know from Nigerian politics, is there's no smoke without fire. However, I'll say again, reliably, from a reliable source, the governor of Bayelsa State, the lawmakers, and every other member of his cabinet who resigned from the PDP with him are going to be welcomed into the APC on Monday. The governor already is a card-carrying member of the party. His card is already ready, so I've been told. But he chose not to make the announcement at the time he announced his resignation for reasons best known to him. But how is this going to affect the relationship that the governor would have with his deputy, and how that in turn would affect the workings of development in Bayelsa State? Because if anything happens to the political stability in Bayelsa, we all know what that means. We all know what that means. There's no sugarcoating it. And that is where we stand now. Do you see the deputy governor eventually at some point also joining the APC and resigning from the PDP? Big question. 0817-923-0002. Also, my source, reliable, because we are aware of the situation in the APC in Bayelsa State. And the fact that the name of former Governor Temipre Silva has been mentioned with what's going on now and the raids that happened, there are some corners that are also suggesting that this might not be far from, is it possible that the hand of the governor might be behind this as well? Because maybe they're trying to take the side. There's a power tussle in the APC in Bayelsa State, whether we like it or not. There's Henry Lokbobri on one side, there's Chief Temipre Silva on the other side. We don't know where the president stands and who he's supporting. Many believe it's Henry Lokbobri that has that support. However, how would the welcoming of the governor be like? Who will be present is another big question. We'll come to that part maybe on the second half of our conversation. First, let's go to the phone lines. 0817-923-0002. 0817-923-0002. You can also call 0817-923-0003 or 0817-923-0007. So, confirmed. the APC is the party the governor is going to. Although it's not big, it's not really big to us. We already knew when he made that announcement. I had a conversation here. I also had a video that I did and put on Facebook and on TikTok where I was analyzing and I said the same thing. Like every indices points to the APC. It's not. There's no way. And then my conversation with the CPS at that time, when that resignation was announced by the governor, also hinted that the APC is the only direction. We just did not know when. Now, I'm being told that when would be Monday. Okwandu in Irebe, good morning. Hello, Okwandu, good morning.
Good morning to you, Ifiemi Andrew.
You're welcome.
Yes, you see, the matter in Bayelsa is just like every other matter in Nigeria. And I can categorically tell you that all Nigerian politicians, or those people who find themselves in the corridors of, unfortunately find themselves in the corridors of power, their main focus is their personal interest. So I think if I say that the deputy governor will join APC or not join order, I may be wrong. All these things depends on the ability of the governor to meet his personal interest. The reason why he has not joined the governor to APC is that maybe there are some interests he has that have not been met. So he wants all those interests to be met before he joins the governor. So I want to tell you that if he joins the APC or he's not joining, it depends on the ability of the governor to meet his personal interests. Those are the reasons why he may defect. But for now, I will not tell you that he will go or he will not go.
If he doesn't go now, how do you think their relationship would look like? Do you think it's still going to be smooth? What's your thought about it?
The relationship is not going to be smooth. We have had this kind of issues before. Asiu and Obasanjo, their relationship was not good, smooth. Even when the former governor, Tony Kum and
The Transport Minister, Amechi,
had the same issue, their relationship was not fine. Everybody was on his own, although that they didn't fight on the street, but they didn't have a good relationship.
All right. Thank you very much, Okwandu, for your contributions. A quick commercial is around the corner. Let me go on WhatsApp and take some of your messages quickly. Andrew, good morning. These records of defection simply tells the unhealthy state of democratic leadership practice here in the country. For if democracy is honestly practiced, credible elections will be conducted to select only credible winners with the heart to serve people, regardless of the party one belongs. Beams is sentence that one. Serious crack in Bayelsa State politics. The battle between the governor and Saraki Dixon, deputy governor versus legislators. But whatever they are doing, they should put Bayelsa interest at heart. Let the governor and his team know that their move is not a reliable evidence that APC is winning Bayelsa State. Ima Otaka in Choba. Well, the governor, at least Senator Dixon, was very had good words to say about the governor. He said the governor consulted him, they had conversations. The only problem he had is he could not understand why the governor was defecting, because he's on his second term, he's almost done, just a little over 2 years left. So why is he defecting? It didn't make sense to him. However, the governor didn't do it behind his back. He had conversations with him and let him know what he was going to do and why he was doing it, even though he did not understand the reason. We'll take a very brief commercial now. When we come back, we'll open the phone lines and take more of your calls and hear what you have to say. Good morning. 9 minutes past 8. Good morning. My name is Ifiemi Andrew. Let's quickly get back to the phone lines now and get your reactions. 0817 923 0002. 0817 923 0003. Or you call us on 0817 923 0007. We're discussing the political situation in Bayelsa State, and I told you the first half of our conversation that sources have confirmed that the governor of Bayelsa State, alongside lawmakers and other members of his cabinet who resigned from the PDP, are going to be received into the APC on Monday. He said as at the time the governor was making the announcement of his resignation from the PDP, he was already a card-carrying member of the APC, but just didn't want to make that announcement at that time. Then there's the fear of what could happen to the deputy governor. Already, the deputy governor has gone to court, and the court has said everybody should halt any impeachment process, including the lawmakers of the Bayelsa State Assembly. And also very pertinent to mention that in that suit, the governor was not mentioned. The Bayelsa State governor wasn't mentioned. However, there are questions around how this could affect the working relationship the governor and his deputy have. Don't forget, the Bayelsa State governor, while he was in the PDP, had also had in his cabinet members of opposition political parties, the APC being one of them that he's been working with. And so there are those that think it would not be too much of a problem. At least I also was told reliably that the governor has no worry or concerns about whether his deputy is in the PDP or chooses to join the APC, and he is not willing to force his deputy to join him in the APC or leave the PDP for any other political party as it stands. Now, which brings us to ask, do you eventually see the deputy governor moving over to the APC? That remains the big question. It is the $1 million question. And if he doesn't move, what would that mean for the working relationship with the governor, and how would that in turn affect implementation of development in Bayelsa State? Because we all understand how important it is for the politics of Bayelsa State to remain stable, as it is very important to the economy of Bayelsa State. Well, we'll get your thoughts now. Let's know what you think. 0817 923 0002. 0817 923 0003. Or 0817 923 0007. We give you examples of the past. In Rivers State, we've seen it happen. However, even though the deputy was not impeached, Telekru at the time, we all knew what the relationship was like between the deputy and the governor who moved over to the APC. We saw it happen between Obasanjo and Atiku Abubakar, where Atiku Abubakar left the PDP and was asked to resign, but went to court, eventually didn't, and we then saw what the relationship was like between the president and the vice president at the time. So are we going to see a replay of that even though at the end the deputy governor is not impeached, would they have a good working relationship? Eze Ken is in Ubimini. Good morning.
Good morning, Ifiemi Andrew.
Yep, go on.
Ifiemi, if you ask me, I would say that the deputy governor made a safety movement by going to court to stop any impeachment, maybe assignment or thoughts.
Because we saw. I think he saw what happened in Edo State and decided to make a quick move.
Exactly, but as a wise politician, I see the deputy governor as a wise politician who has used another person's predicament to learn something or observe something. For me, I think I concur with his movement, but in the types of relationship with his boss, who had defected to APC, I think if you ask me, politics is all about interest and what you need from it. So for his boss to go to APC, he knew why he does that. And for him not to defect, also knew why. decided to. But as a man who sees himself in I don't know if I will call it a den. I mean a lion den. But for the whole assembly members to be
not all of them, majority of them. I think about 3 or 4 assembly members are still in the PDP, but the others have joined.
He is still like somebody who is in a lion den, Mr. Ifiemi Andrew, because no one knows what is or what will happen tomorrow. We are in Nigeria, and we know how Nigerian politics goes. Thank you very much.
All right. Ida is on the line. Emeka from Asaba is also here. Emeka, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Emeka.
Emeka speaking from Asaba. I just have one question, please. I want this question to be answered. Thank you. Is democracy Nigerian problem, or Nigerians are the problem of democracy?
Okay, I'll answer that quickly. I think I talked about it on the newspaper review segment when one of our callers from Yenego, I think it was Gift, we're talking about the military rule. And I said, any system of government is not the problem. It is the people who are operating the system that become the problem. The character and integrity of the people who are operating that system are the ones that become the problem. The system on its own doesn't do anything now. It now depends on who is there. It is the person who is operating it, who's wielding it. That's the problem. I mean, this is supposed to be a democracy, but we see what happens with protests and how it goes. How we democratically stifle people from doing certain things and try to use democratic laws to still stop people from expressing what democracy supports. You know, it's just about the individuals who are at different levels of power in any system of government whatsoever. Ida from Nkoro, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah.
Yes, I want to thank the Deputy Governor of Bayelsa State. Has made me proud today for standing still. But not that after down, you defected to APC because shame. Not defect though. But I know you contest in 27 election is going to win. It's like the governor go to APC. I know APC will have more problems. Now, Judge Turner now, I believe is leader of APC at a state. He cannot take order from the governor, and the governor cannot take order from him. Just like other states.
If the governor joins the APC, he's going to be the #1 person of the party in the state now.
The leader of the party in the state that is taking care of the party since just governor come now. They want to give him the star. My brother, there will be a crisis 2027 inside the APC. For those who are in APC, they will defect to PDP. PDP will have more population. So
you know that there are ministers in the APC that are.
They want to go and destroy APC. That's why they are defecting to APC. What are other people that are there? And I think for the party says, what are they going to do? Will they take order from these people that are coming in? My brother, there will be a lot of press. Just like River said, if the governor defected the APC, we told you not be able to work with the governor. The question is no. The mega case is there, so no question is there. There will be a lot of questions in APC.
You know that the Minister of State for Oil is in the APC, Enikin Lokbobri.
My brother.
And he is a leader there.
He is the leader there. Now, let me ask you a question now.
He's the leader of the APC in Bayelsa State too. There's also an issue with Timipre Silva, Chief Timipre Silva, who was also a minister and also Minister of Petroleum one time and also governor. And both of them, if you look at it critically, they are almost equal. And there's a battle now for who controls the party.
Listen, I don't want to carry the instruction and give to the governor, which other people will not agree. About there will be a lot of crisis in APC 2027. People will take the day. If the governor defected, if the River State governor defected to APC today, Senator Kota will never take that from the governor.
How did you know that? Let's wait. If it happens, until it happens, we can't make conclusions. Thank you, Ida. Let's go to Elele from Emeka is in Elele. Good morning, Emeka.
Ifiemi Andrew.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, I am ashamed of doing this. I am very highly disappointed on that man. The man is an embarrassment to Niger Delta and to Bayelsa. The same man that was criticizing the Minister of FCT, that the Minister of FCT is working with APC. Now is the man now going to APC again. Up to now, it's partless. So are you aware?
He's not partyless, so except you didn't listen to my conversation from the beginning.
To which party?
He's in the APC already.
It is APC.
Yes, they have just not made any public announcement, but officially on Monday he would be received into the party. But he's already a card-carrying member of the APC.
No, he said they will receive him on Monday.
Officially,
which means by now, legally, constitutionally, he's not a member now. They receive him. I am also suspecting him. APC should be careful. He has an understanding between him. There is understanding between him and his deputy. He said his deputy should remain in PDP. Some assembly members should remain in PDP, allegedly. There is a collabo. He is going there to destroy there. He will also come back to a PDP. That is why he says his deputy should remain. That he's not going with his deputy. Other assembly members should remain.
But about 90% or 95% of the assembly members followed him to the APC now. We have only, if I'm not mistaken, 4 lawmakers.
It's a strategy. He has left some people. Who is assembly member not to follow governor? If you want to say it like that. Who is assembly member? If the governor has the 100% right to where assembly member are, he controls the structure from assembly. He says 3 of them or 4 should remain here. Deputy remain here. Let me go and destroy there and come back again. The same person that was agitating against Wike. Which means he is innocent. Wike is innocent. He's more party PDP than the NDP that was PDP at the head. Which means he was deceiving. He's a betrayer. Thank you and God bless you.
Magnus in Mile 3, good morning.
Good morning to you, Andrew, Ifiemi.
Yeah.
I think the political impasse in Bayelsa State and even River State and other states is as a result of a governance that has fallen spectacularly. And I think people need to learn from things that are happening around us. It happened in Delta State and they managed to control the situation. And the deputy governor of Bayelsa State today, having seen what happened in Delta State, has taken his own action. And I actually think that if we put ourselves together as politicians, we won't put our interests above the interests of the people. When you put your personal interests above the collective interest of the people, it becomes a problem. You can be in APP, YPP, any other smaller party, and when you put the interest of the people, above all, you can't serve anywhere. It is only in Nigeria that you must be in APC or PDP or ADC for you to do anything or for you to rule your people. You can be in a smaller party and rule your people. It is as a result of people not considering things in this country. For be that as it may, I want to think that the interest of the deputy governor has not been met. As soon as his interest is met, he will switch to the APC with the governor. That's just the logic. Everything in the permutations is all about election, 2027. And so once he finds his feet, once he finds his ground, he will move. That's just the thing.
Dakuku in Eche, good morning.
Hello, good morning. Ifiemi Andrew.
Yes, Dakuku.
This is Dakuku from Apokiche.
Go ahead.
First of all, let me recommend the deputy governor of Bayelsa State. The man did well. He stands firm on his feet. The man, he's not somebody that somebody can push all over. The governor, he was elected with the governor, moreover, and he took decision not to defect to PC. They shall allow him. That cannot bring problem for House of Assembly coming to impeach him or whatever. It's not their right to impeach him. Everybody has right to belong. He found himself in PDP and he loves PDP. So they don't have right to say they want to impeach him. I don't understand Nigeria. I get to my point. A man of decision. So what he want to do, they have to work as a deputy governor and let the governor work with them as a governor. That's the only thing they can do. So they stop getting up in their state or whatever. Because this thing may cause a lot of problem in that state. Let me stop here. Thank you. This is Dakuku from Apokiche.
Dakuku, thank you. Let's also remember that we are live on Facebook at Nigerian for 92.3 PH. Again, live on Facebook at Nigerian for 92.3 PH. If you want to send us a WhatsApp message, the number is 0809-030-6416. This one says, the Bayelsa State Governor, a majority of his cabinet moving to APC. This is pathetic and disheartening. The governor's executive defecting to APC it's just for selfish reasons. Or when I tell Clinton West, Thank God Ability has said that the Bayelsa Deputy Governor sues Assembly over impeachment plot. Which political party is the doing now? I just told us that he's going to be received into the APC on Monday, according to reports from reliable sources. So when it happens, remember that you heard it here first. Thank God Ability. Good morning, Bayelsa State. But we are sure that the party is going to is the APC. That should not be news anymore, except you did not read the indications. Bayelsa State has been a litmus test for rascal political test running. Looks as if they like themselves that they like themselves that much. Recall the incidents around Lamesia. They are one ethnic group yet politically divisive. The happenings in Bayelsa is a testament, and democracy is not yet mature in Nigeria. Okoroma Godwin Chooks. This is Gosoka. He says the deputy governor not defecting with the governor to the APC is tantamount to insubordination. Yeah. So I don't understand. I don't have my own will or my rights to decide and do what I want to do. Again, why is that tantamount to insubordination? Thank God Ability on Facebook says, which political parties do they do now? APC. Not officially announced, but from reports I've gathered, APC. Coate Magnus, governance is all about the interests of the people, and so if the interest of the general public is put into consideration first, whichever party you are in doesn't really matter. That is when all things are equal. In this politics in this country, all things are never equal. Andrew Uche says, it will not, for me now, it will strengthen democracy in this state. Okay. We'll see how that works. Muriel is not Krika. The numbers to call still are 0817 923 0002 or 0817 923 0003. You can also call 0817 923 0007. This one says, how could you be wondering who the president stands with between Silva, who is not in his government, and Lokwabe, who is in his cabinet? He said that one is easy. There's nothing wrong defecting to a party that will make governance easy for you. But the government has been having a good working relationship with the president. And I don't think, this narrative that it is what happens in anyways, but I don't think it should be, because the political parties themselves continue to contradict themselves. When a president is president, he is president for Nigeria. So if that is truly what it is, how come someone who is not in your party will now be going to join your party first just because they want to attract development? Do they have to do that? If the president is a president for Nigeria, then there will be no need for me to leave my political party first before I can attract development to my state. I will get what is due me, and if what is due me first and what I think my people can benefit from the government, I would have conversations with the government, and the president should be able to see it and help me get it done. I don't have to be in his political party. However, it is clear that in this country, what they say with mouth and what they say on paper is not actually what happens on the ground. Let's go to Okrika. Muriel, good morning.
Hello, Jerry, good morning.
Yes.
What is saying is this woman? I said, the government so that just being on his side. It's a plus being on the other side. It's just like putting a vigilance on the other side. But they will not believe it. They believe in loyalty. And so then loyalty is following typically, not having a head of your own. Just follow and don't know what to do. Just whatever they like, whatever they talk to do and so, just be there. Don't have balls of your own. That's what they believe politics is. But I think the government may slide into the other party. The deputy side. But if it was before, I would have stood by him saying no. I think he will hold his back. But I think he will fall by this time. So he was kind of money going around. He passed half and like, I think one way or the other, he will fall. And follow.
All right. Thank you, Muriel. In Edo State, they say if you don't wear that cap, the Ashiwaju cap, don't come to the governor's office. So. Judy Nomuma, good morning.
Yeah. The Bayelsa governor decamping probably to APC, and the other governors that have decamped to APC. the reasons some of them have given doesn't make sense to me. They say they want to take their state to the center where more benefits would come to their state. Well, let me give an example. Former Governor Wike was a governor under PDP in Rivers State. And I tell you what, he didn't go to Aso Rock one day. And we in Rivers State did not miss anything that we would have gotten from federal government. Buhari even nicknamed him Project Governor from APCO, nicknaming the PDP governor who never came to him one day, Project Governor. So does it make sense if they give us this story that they are taking their state to the center? Their allocation would not be stopped. If they remain in PDP, they're still getting the allocation for the state.
All right.
All that is has to do with the federal government that due to their state, they still get it. For me, it's for personal reason. The personal reason is what I think Nigerians, we, the common people, will fight and show them that power belongs to the people.
Okay.
And that's why I'm worried. I don't know why we are talking about their defection or no defection. If Nigerians stand up and say we have the power, we will get them down. And every Nigerian has to think about it this time. We will get these politicians down, take back our power. That's it. They're fighting for their own personal interest and not for our own interest. And we have to clinch that power now.
All right, Jude, thank you very much. We don't have much time. We have to wrap things up. The commercial is just around the corner. Okay, this person is asking, Balafama to Boinengi says, Balafama to says, are you, Ifiemi, telling us authoritatively that the governor of Bayelsa State is now an APC member, confirmed by Nigerian Info? This is just a suspicion. Okay, it's not a suspicion. I'm telling you in my capacity, from a very reliable source, that the governor is already a member of the APC. And the official announcement of that is supposed to happen next week. I've been told Monday is the day. If whether it will change or not because of any other thing, I don't know. But one thing is very certain: the governor is already a member of the APC. So I've been told, already a card-carrying member of the APC, waiting for an official announcement to be made so that every other person in the country would know that. And the possible date for that announcement is set to be Monday next week. And it's not going to be just the governor, as well as the lawmakers and other members of his cabinet who resigned from the PDP, and all are going to the APC. So they are going to be received on Monday, as I'm being told. Now we have to wait and see. Well, that's how much we can take. We have to wrap it up here and take a quick commercial before we go. Good morning, Ifiemi. All these defections will make 2027 elections easy. INEC should just declare the president winner. Same for all APC aspirants. In fact, only APC should be on the ballot. No, Anthony from Omok, no. That means you want Tanzania situation to happen. You know, in Tanzania, that's what they are accusing their president for, Samia Hulu, of finding reasons to arrest strong opposition political party candidates, and then, almost running uncontested, because the other political parties running with her are termed minor political parties that are technically working with them. That's what they say. So it's chaotic in Tanzania. You can check out all the videos. I have videos on all of these things and some other things on Facebook, Ifiemi Andrew, on TikTok, Ifiemi Andrew 1, on YouTube, Ifiemi Andrew Official. Good morning.